What's invisible but you wish people could see? There is this one smell I remember from my childhood, and sometimes when the wind's blowing the wrong way I imagine I've caught a drift of it. It's a sweet, apple pie, apple cinnamon sort of smell. I think it's from a classroom in grade school, but I'll likely never remember, and I'll probably never smell it again, especially since my sense of smell would have changed in the time since. It's a very bittersweet memory. For me, it's the smell of my grandparents' house. Deep, rich, masculine, slightly vegetal cooking smell plus a clean, bright scent. I have a stellar nose and I've identified rotkraut, cabbage, red wine, and various herbs and spices. My brother identified the clean scent as Dial Gold, the hand soap, and I cried when I smelled it again. A few years ago, I bought some of the perfume my mom used to use when I was a kid through eBay. Before I even got the package open, I was instantly thrown back to when she would come home from work, or a night out with my dad, and I would run across the house to give her a hug. The smell of that perfume with her cigarettes brings me to a state of childlike glee. Was waiting for this response. Thank you. Perhaps everything that's wrong with us would light up? People would be blinded. Or a health bar that's permanently left at 30% on a good day and slowly depletes as tasks zap our energy? I feel you on being invalidated by others. Just because they can't see it, they think it isn't real. It is very real, we live it on a daily basis. I don't know your health issues, of course, but I get it, and have been fighting against the shitty commentary for years too. Stacks of medical proof aside, people just suck. Yes. I've got Hashimoto's and it really affects my day-to-day ability to function as a human being, especially when I'm in a deep hypo spiral. Like, no, Deborah, just because you can't see my thyroid, doesn't mean that I'm not exhausted and dizzy. This was going to be my reply. Although I was going to say, my invisible fucking chronic illness. And I hope you can have some good days. I am not a believer in auras or things like that, but it would be neat to be able to see the true color of someone's intentions or personality. Walking down the street at night and see someone with a bright shiny personality? No need to worry. Car salesman telling you that's the best he can do, but he has an evil-looking shadow hanging around? Nah, I'll pass. This is a skill you can practice with intention. It is honestly overwhelming to people that do it unintentionally. I know I'm not the only one that just adopts people's negativity unintentionally. If you can sense someone is trying to push you towards some decision for only selfish desires, it doesn't feel good. I believe people call this putting yourself in someone else's shoes or empathy. Auras are just a word to describe the same thing. Or you could also use the word vibe. I think people discount legitimate ideas all the time because they don't understand the true meanings of the words. Being able to sense someone's true colors through their body language is the same thing as detecting their aura. It sounds like a part of what you're describing are empaths and highly sensitive people, individuals who are naturally able to feel and sense the world and people around them. Without focusing that natural ability, or intent, as you said, it can be very overwhelming and draining. It absolutely is, to know every lie after someone says it, to feel someone's depressed mood and be completely helpless when they don't want help and they push you away, and to feel someone close to you's disappointment in you. It's emotionally draining. There are bright spots, true happiness in someone. Usually dogs come to think of it, cats are pretty indifferent and neutral when it comes to emotion. It can be very distracting and difficult. It's like a gut instinct all the time about everyone. Some people give off creepy vibes that everyone can feel, but imagine everyone giving off other emotional vibes that only you can feel. The teasing of bullies becomes that much worse, feeling their hate and venom more than their words alone. Beautiful people who feel nothing for others and are self-centered, they're the worst with their fake smile somehow fooling people. But like I said, there are exceptions, those with such happiness and love for other people that they practically glow. When someone talks excitedly about something they're passionate about, I can't help but smile and feel that warmth. You know when you lose that one thing, like the TV remote, or in my case the starboard fuselage from the LEGO 7647 MX-41 Switch fighter from the LEGO Mars mission second wave, yeah, I wish you could find it with X-ray vision or something. When I was a young teen, the superpower I wanted most was the ability to highlight objects I thought about. For instance, say you wanted to see all the $20 bills on the ground in your city. The world around you would turn black and white, but the bills would glow a bright yellow, and shine through walls. The main reason I wanted it though was to highlight all the women in my city that would have sex with me. Spoiler: Stephen King has a movie called Dreamcatcher that includes a character that has this power. The character twirls his finger, and he finds lost things. It's a great movie. The characters are given interesting superpowers you don't normally see. And your favorite character may not make it to the end. I hope this makes sense. The whole side to someone's story. There's people out there who will quickly judge someone based on what someone else says. For example, an ex who puts you in a bad light with anyone who will listen to them. That ex will talk and talk about you, get all the people she knows against you and make themselves out to be a saint. Next thing you know, there's people you don't even know harassing you and calling you disgusting names. When you realize who put all these people against you, you notice how your ex conveniently left stuff out, and no matter how hard you try to tell your side of the story, these people just direct this pure hatred towards you. So yeah, I wish people could see and accept all sides to a story. What people truly think or feel. I wish we had the ability to look into someone's heart and see their true selves. I'm in a really difficult situation where a family member's spouse called my husband, and by extension our mixed son, a racial term in a fit of rage, and then tried to say it wasn't meant to be racist even though it came across and hit that way. They later came back and apologized, saying that it was inexcusable and they felt nothing but remorse and regret. But we are skeptical as to whether they truly meant it or if they know they messed up and now they aren't allowed to be around us or our kids anymore, and that puts the family member's relationship with us in jeopardy also. I want to have the grace to believe that they are capable of change and true regret, not necessarily at this moment but perhaps in the future. But my husband is less reticent to accept it because you can't quantify this kind of emotion. There is no way to measure a person's feelings, you can only go on faith and try to trust their actions and words from there on out.